What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Late Night to One. Today I'm gonna be filming another solo episode today, but today I'm gonna be talking a little bit about just just some interesting topics that I think everybody should be listening about. I'm not the smartest guy in the room ever to talk about anything, but in general, I still like to give my opinion, and I just want to start off by like talking about a little bit about mental health awareness, especially with men. I think go through it a lot more than females. So my opinions on it is just like us as men, we literally don't fucking talk about it at all. Like I've met almost all of my guy friends except a couple that like something tragic happens to them, and it's all about yeah, bro, that happened, and we don't even talk about it. We don't even like even fucking even give it a thought of a second. I'm the human being I feel like in my friend groups that I try to like push out like people's feelings out if I could hear them out because I'm more like I like to hear about people's stories and stuff. Just how I feel like I would like people to hear my story in a sense. But I think it's just a matter of fact of like, oh yo, my mom just died. Yeah, bro, I'm here. Sorry to hear that. And other people just fucking just automatically remove themselves from the conversation. I'm more like, yo, bro. So what do you think led to that? Like, was she sick, or is it this, is and that? And I just think as all men, we should all just become more emotionally connected to ourselves, in the sense of like we all don't give a flying fuck about like trying to be emotional because we think that we need to be these fucking animals, that we need to be fucking be super masculine and strong, that we can't show no emotion. And I think that's wrong in this day and age. And I think it's also the social media part of it. I've said this, not even a story. It's just a comment I heard before that there's this girl in a car I was with at one point had said if I ever see my boyfriend cry, I will end up leaving him because I would never want to see a man cry because she thinks that's weak. A man shouldn't cry. This and that. That's total bullshit. Me as a guy, I will stand up for all my men out there, bro. Cry because I think crying is a very big important thing in life that you need to release. I'm not saying there's people that probably cry every day. I don't cry every day, but I'm not saying I haven't cried. I probably haven't cried in the past like 5 months of my life probably. But I think it's always good to fucking cry. You know what I'm saying? Just how those comments of like, oh my god, I always that was a good cry session. Like you need that because those emotions you don't get to feel them all the time. Behind all that, we as men have to tap in with each other and by ourselves. If you think your boy's going through something, talk to that man. Even if you think, I put it like this. I think in the sense of like a murderer, like let's say Pablo Escobar and his hitmen. You don't think his hitman ever talked to Pablo about like, yo, how do you feel, this and that? I don't know, but I'm positive he did at a point. I'm positive Pablo Escobar cried at a point. That everything. It's just people just see them as these killers. Killers cry. Like all these people cry. All these people have emotions. You're gonna end up crying at a point, and I wouldn't want you to cry when you already know your life's about to end. That's also another big thing. I think men finally show their emotions whenever they know that like their time's up in this life, because I've heard stories of like men just start crying when they have a gun at their head, when they know their life is about to end and all this and that. It shouldn't be like that, bro. I think you should cry for your kids. You should cry for your wife. You should cry for your partners, for your friends, for your brother, whatever. And it's just so fucking sad that us as men just take that shit like that. But it's also social media, bro, because social media puts this thing of like men only have to fucking work and provide for the women and shut the fuck up. The same exact thing about like the LeBron James thing with that one reporter that said, shut up and dribble basketball. It's the same thing, like shut up and just pay the bills and don't even fucking care about your feelings. Fuck no. Like us as men have to stand the fuck up and fucking fight for what we fucking have in this world. Just how women should be fighting for their rights too. It should be like that, bro. I think men just have to show more love for each other. That's been the biggest thing. I'm gonna move on to women now. Women are tapped into emotionally. They are tapped in. Girls could cry all fucking night together. The thing I think women lack in whenever they're crying, this and that, it's not being illogical. Girls could cry the whole entire night together because both of their boyfriends just broke up with them. But the reason they broke up with them is because they went to go fuck two other hoes, and they're still crying when two men just fuck two other hoes. When they should just be like, fuck that nigga and move on with their life. Even though I know it'll be hard to move on, whatever. But whenever it's like a case like that, like, I think it's like, at least me as a man, I think if I was to, like, let's say walk into a room and I saw my wife cheating on me, first red hand caught, like, boom, I'd probably cry later on. But in that very moment, I think it would just be all anger and like, and straight like, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this, and just black out in the sense of like, you don't give a fuck what anything happens at this point. Just fucking do whatever you want to do in this world. But realistically, who knows? Everybody's fucking different. Life's different. Women, though, I would say, are more emotional, but they're fucking even smarter than us men in general, too, because women are emotional, and I think women also get over a guy faster, get over a man, or they could just forget about any situations going on faster than a man. In the sense of like, once a guy's mother dies, I don't think a guy ever forgets that. And vice versa, it's probably the same thing for a female. But I think a mother is so crucial in a man's life, and no woman will ever be that for a man, that when that day happens for a woman, she understood it was her mother's time. She'll love her, she'll miss her, but it will never be the same connection as a man. And that's completely fine, but I think they just more, what's the word, like, not cold blooded, but like, they just know how to handle stuff way better than us, which is still good. But I think women do end up being smarter than us, being able to tap in way deeper levels than us, and all that stuff. At the end of the day, though, I honestly do believe that, like, how social media has all of us wrapped around its fucking fingers. Everybody, everybody isn't shit, bro. Realistically, your girl has done something. Your man has done something. My girl has done something. Your man, like, we're all pieces of shit to each other. But realistically, I think it's just more highlighted right now because we have social media. But it was the same back in our parents' day and age. It wasn't social media, so they couldn't see it as much. They could hide it more. Us, there's no fucking hiding. Someone fucks up, you're gonna see it 5 minutes later on social media, which fucking is horrible. But what can we do about that shit, bro? Social media, we hate social media for what the fuck it is, but there's millionaires, people making money off of it, like a lot. People who won't who their families 2 generations down the line won't even work because they made so much money off of social media, right? So you got to just take the good and the bad with it. You know what I'm saying? There's always two sides to everything, and what can you do about it? Another topic I want to talk about today was more towards the social media influence on everybody, because it just pisses me off when I see girls post 100 fucking roses in their fucking room, and then the guy who works at McDonald's and his girl works in a fucking dentist's office. So she technically has a better job than him. So she feels she's at another level than him. Is asking the McDonald's guy, I want 100 roses in my hotel room. Like, bitch, that shit just can't happen. It's impossible. But guess what? Because social media is just eating at you, fucking evolving your fucking brain cells so much that you think that's the minimum. That's the fucking minimum. And it's just not right. Like, it's just not fucking right at all. Cause men work hard as fuck. I fuck it. I'm gonna say it. I'll go as far as that men work harder than women. I think if you were to break it down through a chart, you'll end up seeing that no matter if the woman's a fucking billionaire to the poorest man in the world, I think a man still works harder than a woman. But it doesn't mean that they make more money. But they work harder. And that's what I think a lot of women in this day and age don't see. And it's so intimidating for a guy. So, like, let's compare me, right? I go up to a girl in Brickell, Miami. I see her with her Dior purse, Dior sandals, looks beautiful, everything. She sees me walk up to her. I don't have no name brand on me, whatever this and that. I go up to her. She's gonna judge me off of what I'm probably wearing or what I got on. If I don't got a chain, I don't got no watches on, whatever. And she most likely might not even give me the attention of the day. But then if she sees a guy with a suit on, with a nice Rolex on, maybe a little gold chain on, she's gonna be like, hold on, I want to talk to that guy because he seems like he's gonna be able to take care of me. And that is just so fucked. And that's what it gets me so mad when I see on social media girls always complaining about, like, oh, I haven't found my dream guy. I can never find my dream guy in my hometown, right? You know, you guys be seeing all these fucking the TikTok trend. Where are you from? Florida. What part? And they'd be like, oh, Miami, and then it'd be realistically Orlando, and then people be shitting on where the fuck they're from, right? Everybody shits on wherever the fuck they're from every time. You haven't found the man you want because you're still looking for the same fucking human being you've dated since you were fucking 13 years old. The guy that looks cool, the guy who presents himself as has more money, he presents himself as that, but we really don't know if he has more money than the usual human being that walks next to you in fucking a Bravo, right? Whatever. I promise you, more girls and guys would find the ones if you ended up taking leaps into, like, all right, I'm gonna try this human being for the first time. Like, oh, I don't like Asian girls. Guess what? I'm gonna date an Indian girl for the first time, and then I promise you that'll be your love of your life. Because you were so used to being in your one little spot, you never wanted to try it. But now that you tried it, you fucking found the one. And I think this is the biggest problem, bro. You want to find the one, but all your past 3 boyfriends are all club promoters. Bitch, no fucking shit. That wasn't the fucking love of your life. But oh wait, all past 3 boyfriends are club promoters, but you're also a bottle girl. So you guys are in the same scene, and it still didn't work out. So it clearly means, in that scenery, you're not gonna find it. But then if a guy that works at Starbucks tries to hit on you, ask for your number, you're gonna be like, I make more money than you, nigga. I can't be with you. Which is total BS. But I also know, with past interviews that I've had in my podcast, there's females who are willing to take that risk, and I applaud them very much. Because not every girl's going to be able to take that shit. And I think that's when you see those type of girls that are willing to take those risks, it's girls that came from a good household, or they came from a humble household, that they saw their mother helping their father at times. It wasn't always their father. Or also single mother. They understand struggle, that you've been through something, you know what I'm saying? You've been through something to understand that you might need to fucking end up being with a guy that you might need to give more than the usual, right? my god. But you thinking that, oh, because he's a club promoter, he has all these chains on, he makes good money, this is and that. He's gonna take care of me. He's gonna fulfill my life, right? Fuck that. No, he's not. He's just gonna end up cheating on you. You think you're his first girlfriend, and there's a bottle girl? Fuck no. He knows that he's not your first. He's not your first club promoter as a boyfriend. So it's just a cycle that just looks bad, fuck, and it's just like, please, like, look in other ways. That's what I've also been learning in the past year. Like, open your options, explore life. I think since I just got back from Colombia, like, this the whole entire immigration shit is going on. So much shit going on right now. I promise you, right now how everything is going, I feel like there would be like 80% chance, 80% percentage of women will say no to a guy to be with them, even though he's the finest man walking alive, to like be with him and try to give him papers if he's from a different country. I promise you, 80% of the females would not do that to get married with him and sign papers to be able to bring him legally here. Guess what though? Men do that easily. Men do that shit all the fucking time. Men find a woman in a different country. They find the most beautiful woman in the world, attractive, all this stuff. They take the risk. They pay all the money they have to pay. They do whatever the fuck they gotta do. And then randomly, she gets her visa and she's here 6 months later. Why are men willing to take that risk though? Why? Because I think men fall in love harder. And men, when they fall in love, we're idiots. We're fucking dumbasses. We're in love. But what can we do? When I think also when a man is in love, it's probably the most beautiful thing that a woman that you can see in this universe, right? Because if a man's in love, you've won, baby girl. You won. Cause now you know that he's not looking at any way. He don't give a fuck how you end up looking in 10 years. And he's locked in with you. The problem is just girls take advantage of that shit whenever they finally fucking get that shit. It just fucking sucks. Not every girl's perfect in this world, just how not every guy is perfect in this fucking world. Shout out to my right hand man, Brian. He's currently in DR, handling some family tragedy currently. So everybody just send their blessings their way towards Brian and his family. I love you, my brother. I'll see you in a week. Can't wait till you get back for we can take over this world together. Be blessed. Now, go like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be blessed. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye.